Hello girlfriends and welcome to another episode of Tried and Tested. Today we're going to be trying out some magnetic beauty products and we want to say a huge thank you to Shu An who helped us to get all of this because they're really hard to find in Singapore. These are magnetic lashes and you don't need any eyelash glue for this. How does it work? So apparently you have one magnetic lash above your natural one and one magnetic lash under your natural one. It sandwiches both of them together. And there we go! Oh, okay, so these are actually really short. Yeah, I'm incredibly excited to try this. I really hope it works. The red dot is the one for the bottom eye. Kind of didn't quite get it where I wanted it to be. It snaps really quickly together, so I barely have time to adjust the bottom lash. Once the top lash senses it's near, it just goes, and then it was too far away. Try this again. Okay, maybe if I hold this. That's better. So right now, if you ask me, I totally cannot feel like there's any magnetic action going on around my eye. It feels like regular false eyelashes. It's really lightweight. The only thing about this right now, right? You see how the magnet is only from like this small part here? So the rest of the lash is not sticking onto the lash line. It's not like a tight fit, you know? But that's only if you look super closely. But apart from that, like if you look from far away, it's really nice. I am in two minds about this because I really like it. But one thing that I feel like I must let you know is this costs US $69. 69 US dollars. That is very expensive for two pairs of lashes. I mean, the idea is that you use this again and again because it doesn't get destroyed by the glue, correct? In that sense, that's great. So 9 because the product works well and there's no mess, and that's if you don't mind that they kind of do that. But if I factor in price, 6 because they're very expensive and you're not going to get the kind of variety that you can with regular lashes that cost less. So this is a magnetic mask and it went viral when it first came out and it was super hard to find, but we finally got our hands on it, thank you Shu An, and now we're going to try it out. So this is supposed to be good for anti-aging, purifying, cleaning out your pores, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is the magnet. Oh, it's very small. I was expecting something with a handle or something. Oh, it spreads so easily. It's like a moussey, ice creamy kind of texture. Alright, so I'm supposed to apply a thin layer. This mask, like when I apply it, it feels a bit, I don't know how to explain, but like it feels like there's an oily, smooth kind of texture to it. Okay, so now it's on. We're supposed to wait 5 to 10 minutes. I can actually feel this side tingling a little bit. Like this part here is a bit itchy. Now I'm going to take this magnet and wrap it in tissue paper. And then hold it to my face. Okay, I can see it moving a little bit. See, you can see that. Oh my god, that's so scary. That feels really gross. Oh, so when it comes out, you can sort of feel it like pulling out from your skin. It's a slightly tingly sensation. This is so weird. Oh, feels like it's crawling off my skin. It's like slightly tingly. So once it's removed from my skin, right, it actually feels oily. So this is what it looks like on the tissue. When you run your fingers across, it kind of feels like what it does in the jar. But when you pat it like this, it's like a harder version of it. In terms of refining my pores, it's a very marginal difference. I'm not super feeling this. Like I just feel very oily. I think it's kind of like more fun than anything else. I find it just a little bit too hassly. So I probably won't use this again. Overall, I would give this maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. So this is an eyeshadow that has been magnetized and charged. So the good thing about this is supposed to be that it doesn't fall out of the jar, and also because it's been magnetized, this is supposed to stick to your face better, so there won't be any fallout. The thing about this is because it's magnetic, it's supposed to not fall out of the jar. So even when it's like loose powder, it's not supposed to fall out of the jar. So let's test that. I'm loosening it now and I can actually see the powder. I'm just gonna... It generally stays put. Once it gets to the part that has no magnet, it will fall. On the whole, generally, it like really doesn't fall out, even though it's like a powder. So that's pretty cool. Oh, that's a beautiful color. And the color is very pigmented. The color payoff on this is amazing. When I apply, you can see specks of like gold dust flying everywhere. But in terms of fallout, I don't see any. Wow. Actually, to get this kind of color with no primer whatsoever is quite impressive. For this, I would recommend that if you want something really intense, just pack it on with minimal blending. Because once you take a brush to it, it wasn't just about blending out the edges, everything just moved. The magnetic thing, I felt wasn't very apparent. I mean, it was fun when you kind of like playing around with it like in the jar. I guess in a way, there is kind of like a cream-like intensity about it, which is nice. And with powder shadows, you will get a fallout, and this one did not have a fallout. The only gripe I have with this is, when you pack it on, it's intense, but once your brush just kind of like goes past it, like the intensity disappears. So maybe as you blend, then the magnetic thing draws it outwards. Also, maybe that's why I move so fast. I don't know, because I couldn't understand why the blending took away so much color. So it's not too bad. I would give this an 8 out of 10. This is the Per Cosmetics Magnetic Mascara. This is supposed to lift, separate, define your eyelashes using a magnetic polymer matrix. No idea what that means. It sounds incredibly gimmicky, but let's see. Okay, looking at the mascara and the wand, it looks totally normal. And you're supposed to hold it at the base to set and then wiggle it up. So basically the regular way you use mascara. I don't get it. I'm sorry, what's happening? I think more separated because of the magnetic matrix something. But I've seen regular mascara do this too. So far for the top lashes, it just applies and looks exactly like a regular mascara. Okay, no lah, I don't see any difference whatsoever. Okay, so at the moment, it really just looks like a regular mascara. I was trying very hard. I'm like, are they more separated because of the magnetic polymer matrix thing? But I don't think so, you know. I think that it's just doing the job of a pretty good mascara, because it's not like they're super long or super separated. As a regular mascara, I would give this, it's pretty regular, it's like 7 out of 10. As a magnetic mascara, I would give it a out of 10, because like it isn't any better because of any magnetic properties. This is the Everpro Grey Away Root Touch-Up Magnetic Powder. This is the instant solution for those unwanted grey roots. Now this powder is supposed to attach to the hair like a magnet, and also apparently has self-adjusting color technology that blends undetectably and matches hair color perfectly. So to help me test this out, I have a special guest, Steph. She works at the Clicknetwork office, and you might have seen her in some of the other Clicknetwork videos. Steph, come in! Okay, so now I'm going to test this out on you. This actually looks quite like eyeshadow. It really just feels like eyeshadow. So it's really not a lot of grey, but you can still see a little bit. You don't see any powder at all. In terms of coverage, I feel it's doing a pretty good job. It really looks very natural. Okay, Steph, you rub and see whether it comes off. Some of it comes off on your hand, but nothing falls out from the hair. The only thing I don't really like about this is the applicator, because it's not got a good grip, and also the surface area of this sponge is so tiny, so it's really hard to cover like more than just a tiny spot. So for that, I think it's quite a pity, because it's actually a really good product. I would give this an 8.5 out of 10 because it does everything that it says it does. I will only minus points because of the applicator, because that kind of makes it hard to use. Okay, we've come to the end of the episode. We hope you enjoyed it. In the meantime, have you downloaded the Clicknetwork app? Because you really should! You get to watch the videos 1 month before they go onto YouTube! Okay, till next time, go be beautiful.